another episode of Poppers and Popcorn.
The poppers and the popcorn.
Did you just hijack my
I was giving
opening?
emphasis. I was giving you emphasis. Keep going. Finish the opening. I was
It's
just
okay.
really excited to say
I didn't
it.
have an opening, and I was kind of happy that you hijacked it.
Oh, cool.
So,
Nice.
I'm Matt.
I'm Josh.
Welcome to... This is what, episode 5?
This is episode 5.
Wow.
This is episode 5.
We made it to 5.
We made it. This is technically the 6th episode because we had a 0 episode.
Yeah,
so I mean, we're making it.
We're making it. Well,
cool.
I told you that guy I went out with on Friday had like listened to it before knowing
That
who
was
I
that
was.
guy.
Actually, it was another guy. I went out with 2 guys on Friday.
Oh, you total slut.
Sorry.
That's fine. Apologize to me. Like, literally live your fucking life. He listened to us without knowing.
Yeah, because he listens to Food for Thought, and he it was like us. We were recommended.
That's fucking cool.
On the next like list or whatever is like stuff that you might also like.
So then that means
awesome
does that mean that people are just like listening to us like by mistake?
Apparently,
Like if somebody falls asleep listening to a podcast, will they like wake up and it's just like us speaking?
it's us like screaming.
It's us yelling at each. It's yelling. Don't watch Widows. fuck Fantastic Beasts.
That's really funny.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Well, I don't think it like auto plays, but it, like I know people like you can like choose.
It sure doesn't autoplay. I've fallen asleep listening to podcasts.
Oh, okay.
I actually discovered a new podcast this week.
What was that?
It's called The Angel of Vine. It's like pretty much like it's like Making a Murderer meets LA Confidential.
Really?
Yeah. It's really cool. It's got like I know Alfred Molina voices
what?
in it.
Oh, cool.
Misha Collins. It's like it's got like a star-studded cast. It's pretty much just about like this starlet that was murdered on Vine, and it's Hollywood and Vine.
You love murdered starlets.
Love murdered starlets. Oh my god, it's so good. And like it's a weekly thing. They have like I think 6 episodes up now, maybe 5, maybe 6. I don't know. I like fucking binged it, and now I'm really mad because now I have to wait week by week. But like,
Oh no.
it pretty much tells. It's pretty much a guy who like he's the main guy here is also into murdered starlets, and he's asking like people like who are connected like years later, like what happened, because this just seems like a totally like weird situation. Like the killer's on the loose, like no one knows who the killer is or anything like that. So like he's just trying to piece things together, and like it kind of cuts to flashbacks and things like that, and it's really good. And like
That's cool.
things that might have happened. It's so fucking good.
That sounds
It's
good.
like a really because like podcasting to me, like I really enjoy. Number one, I enjoy podcasts like this. Like if you're listening, I'm not telling you to tune out. Keep listening because we're fucking great.
Don't turn poppers and poppers.
Oh, that's another podcast.
I just have to poppers. No, don't turn off poppers and popcorn to listen to whatever Josh is talking about.
No, don't listen to it after. Definitely listen to Angel of Vine after this, because like it's just like one of those really cool podcasts where like it just tells like a story, and like it's also one of those things like when it's done, it's like afterward they can just keep going. Like they can do a Sharon Tate one. They can just all these like murdered people. Also like the idea.
The first season?
Yeah, this is the first season right now.
That's cool.
And also just getting a bunch of like actors on it who are like really good, who have really
Alfred
great
Molina's
voices.
really good.
Alfred Molina is a fucking powerhouse. I remember
is.
I saw the preview and I was like, and Alfred Molina's in here. I was like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah, great.
I was sold immediately.
Did you watch Feud on FX?
I did watch Feud on FX.
He was great on Feud.
Did I watch Feud on FX? I watched it at Hardware Bar.
I loved Feud. Did they have?
They sure had a viewing for Feud week by week.
I would have loved to have gone
in the
to
same
that.
way that they do like Drag Race viewings, where like I think it was like Candy Muse. I don't know. Maybe it was Candy Muse that like ran it, and like it was like week by week you'd watch the episode, and then like there's a performance after, and there's a performance during, and during the commercials they were like, "Isn't this crazy?" And everyone was doing Joan Crawford numbers. Oh, it was heaven.
I love Hardware, and I also love Feud, so that would have been perfect.
It was a really fun
I wish I knew
situation.
that was the thing that was going on.
Ryan Murphy is like I really like him as a worker. I don't like him as a person.
Same. Actually.
Feud is one of his best works in my opinion.
I would say as far as like stuff that he's written himself, because American Crime Story isn't really him. He's involved a lot, but like
he's heavily involved, but like he's not
him.
like the creator.
As far as like the shows that he's created, I would say Feud and Pose are my favorites.
Oh yeah, Pose is everything.
Pose is amazing. Yeah, Pose is amazing. Okay, how was your week?
Yeah, my week's been good, as you can see. But I mean, since we're getting into Pose, let's start now. What is the gayest thing that's happened to you this week?
What's the gayest thing that happened to me this week? I have 2.
Yeah, let's do it.
The first one was like kind of annoying.
I mean,
so
I'm already sold.
Have you ever gotten a call from a clinic? And
No.
And they were like, you've been exposed to an STI. Can you come in?
No.
So what happens with this? Do you know like what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's
happened to people who I know.
Some guy was diagnosed with HIV.
Oh.
And then put my name down along with, I'm sure a bunch of other people because most of the room was gay men.
Yeah.
And
there were also just like women in there too.
At the sexual health clinic.
Oh, I thought you meant like he put like they called everyone who he was with. They were all sitting in a room together. I was like, oh, because you said most of the room. I was like, oh, so there was just like women sitting in there like waiting.
I went to the sexual health clinic in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, and it was mostly gay men.
Everybody wants PrEP.
Yeah, no, exactly. But like,
Everybody
that was a pretty gay thing that happened to me this week. Was somebody was getting a call from a clinic. I'm negative. I got tested, but but
you're also on PrEP as well, right? So that
I'm actually not.
You're not on PrEP.
No, I know. I need to get on PrEP. It's a thing I'm doing in 2019. I swear. Promise myself.
Yeah.
No, I need to do it.
That's a thing you should do. Like,
no,
I think.
I'm aware.
Well, I mean, like anyone who's like sexually casual with people and I mean any human. I mean, not even gay man, like man, woman. Anyone
everyone
who's sexually active should
like
definitely.
Everyone should be on it.
Yeah, do steps towards getting on PrEP because PrEP is a very important and very powerful thing right now, and I think that like we live in a time right now where, I mean, HIV, of course, isn't a death sentence currently, but if there's an extremely preventative measure for it, I think people should be on it.
No, 100% I agree. I just need to, my health insurance at work isn't like amazing.
This is like the plugging episode. I'm just like trying to sell you people on everything. Everything I'm talking about, I'm selling it.
But the more fun gayest thing that happened to me this week was the release of the Thank You Next video.
Okay, I'm really mad at you because that's my gayest thing as well.
Then you talk about it.
Oh my God. Okay, so first of all, number one, it's very fitting that we talk about this because like we are gay men who talk about film. And this video was for gay men, and it was a multitude of amazing film references.
Oh, yeah.
I think that, like, first of all, Ariana Grande knows what she's doing currently. Like, her music...
She is in the middle. She is having such a moment.
Yeah, but after Dangerous Woman, she was like, oh, this music is for the gays. Okay, cool. Like, it was like... Before that, she was like, okay, teenage girls might be into my music. All right.
Right.
And then Dangerous Woman came out, and then, like, she was like, oh... gay men love me.
Right.
And then she made Sweetener, which was literally just like, it's an album for bottoms.
That's true. That's true.
I think so. Yeah.
I like Sweetener.
I love Sweetener. I thought Sweetener was a great
I wasn't a huge Ariana stan, but then like Thank You Next came out, and I'm just like, this thing is insane how good it is.
Oh yeah, Thank You Next is well, first of all, it's a great song.
Exactly.
It's a great song, and like two, the video. I mean, the video's been getting very mixed reviews actually from like a lot of people
who think it's bad or wrong.
There are people who are like, oh, it's boring, it's not what I expected. But I mean, honestly, like,
shut up.
I like that. Like, it's very concise. Where like each verse gets a different film reference in and of itself.
And you have Kris Jenner doing an Amy Poehler impression.
You have Kris Jenner doing an Amy Poehler impression.
What the fuck did you want? What did you want from this video if it wasn't that?
One of the greatest things though is that like every female cast member from the show Victorious is on it except for Victoria Justice.
I saw that too.
And like Victoria Justice has been like commenting on everyone's Instagram pictures that are with her. It's like, I love this. This is great. And like, I'm not saying like I'm a messy bitch who lives for drama, but like in my head, I'm like,
there's
so
drama.
Ariana didn't make a phone call?
There's
like,
drama.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Victoria Justice is on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's sitting outside them glass windows. It's like plexiglass. That bitch cannot get in.
So how did you watch the video?
I watched it actually on my phone when it dropped. So
okay.
Like the second it dropped. Like, there was an article that was like, Thank You Next video dropped, and like I swiped and I watched it. I was at work. I stopped what I was doing, and like I watched it. Like I think I watched it 2 or 3 times. I sent it to like a bunch of my friends, and then a bunch of them were like, "Okay."
My office actually like
I was like, no.
My team at work like stopped working.
Yeah.
for like the 5-minute period of the Thank You Next video.
The Thank You Next video was fucking
really cute.
Yeah, it's cute. It's fucking great.
It's cute. She's great.
Lindsay Lohan loved it.
I love the little stand-in they have for Lindsay Lohan in the video that they show for like the camera like lingers on her, but even though like it's like almost like it's almost
That's the girl that's from Victorious. That's Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah?
Elizabeth something with her last name, something with the letter J. It's Elizabeth whatever. She's great. She's a singer too. She can sing.
Fair enough.
Oh my god, her and Ariana Grande, they've
Justice.
sang together. Victoria Justice can't sing on the show Victorious. It was about
I
a girl
don't
who
really
can
know that
sing.
show.
Yeah, it's not great.
It was Nickelodeon, right?
It was 100% Nickelodeon, and I literally only watched it because I had nothing else better to do with my life.
Fair enough.
It was like it came on. I think it came on like Tuesday nights or something, and like I was like home from school and was like, I mean, okay.
It was the same Nickelodeon era as like iCarly.
It was 100%. It was right on the heels of iCarly.
Okay, so it was that weird era where like SpongeBob was being huge, and like everything.
It was
else
actually
on
that era where
Nickelodeon-
SpongeBob was getting real off the walls.
Well, SpongeBob was like bad. SpongeBob is bad now.
Yeah.
Like you go beyond like 2004-ish SpongeBob and like it's not good anymore.
After the first
Yes,
movie.
exactly. After the first movie
After
is
the
when
first
it kind of falls apart. But like everything before that.
Well,
is
actually, that
amazing.
second SpongeBob movie that went to theater, Sponge Out of Water, was like a fucking acid trip.
It was insane.
I
Wasn't there like
loved
a
it.
dolphin like shooting lasers out of its face or something?
At a wizard.
Yeah.
It was a dolphin wizard shooting
Right.
lasers. Yeah, it was a real acid trip.
Yeah, no, it was insane.
I was like in college when I watched that.
I saw that in the city with somebody. I don't remember when that came out exactly.
I think I saw it with my friend Damien, and like we went. I think there was a point when me and my friends we were doing the thing where like we would try to go to the movies like once a month all together.
Oh, cute.
And like it was me, my friend Logan, my friend Damien, and our friend Matt. And like it started when we went to go see the first Hobbit movie,
Ugh,
and we were like, oh, like let's try to go to the movies together often. And then like everyone else was busy, and me and Damien were like glued at the hip.
Let's
because
go see
like
SpongeBob.
yeah, like Damien's like the coolest heterosexual man you'll ever meet. So he was just like, let's. I remember we were like walking by a movie theater. He was like, "You want to go see the SpongeBob movie?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Okay, cool, let's go." And I was like, "All right, cool." So let's go see it. So speaking of movies, what is your news item this week?
So the Gotham Awards, Gothamist Awards.
Ooh, the Gotham Awards. What's Batman telling us?
The Gotham Awards came out this week. And they picked The Writer as Best Feature of the Year. And I love The Writer.
What were the other choices?
Everything else that was nominated. Hang on, I have the article up. It was The Writer, The Favorite, First Reformed, If Beale Street Could Talk, and Madeline's Madeline. Actually, wait. I love all of these movies.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
These
say.
are great. I mean, I wouldn't have given it to The Writer, and I think The Favorite, If Beale Street, and Madeline's Madeline are all better. But, like, The Writer isn't going to win anywhere else, and I love The Writer.
Okay.
There were some other good wins in here. Bo Burnham won Best Breakthrough Director. Elsie Fisher won Best Breakthrough Star. Ethan Hawke won Best Actor for First Reformed. Ethan Hawke is amazing in First Reformed.
I need to see First Reformed.
Do you like Taxi Driver?
I thought it was alright.
Okay, you think Scorsese's Taxi Driver is alright.
Yeah. I have a real love-hate relationship with Scorsese.
And Taxi Driver is one of the ones that isn't love.
It's
brilliant.
It's all right.
Oh my god. Toni Collette also won for Hereditary.
Toni Collette is one of those actors. Ever since United States of Terror, I've been like fucking rooting for that.
I love Toni Collette.
Did you know that Diablo Cody created United States of Terror?
I didn't know that. No.
That's fucking wild to me.
That is wild.
I learned that last week when I was looking at her IMDb. She was like credited for creating United States of Terror, and I'm like, damn,
that's fun.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. No, but I was
United
really...
States of Terror walked, so Split could run. Just saying.
But as far as like these end of year awards goes, I like the Gotham Awards. I'm not usually like crazy about them, but this year I was pretty enamored.
Okay,
I was happy. I guess, you know what also is interesting about 2018 movies? There are so many, like, good ones that have, like, really individual strengths. Like, First Reformed has, Ethan Hawke being incredible. Hereditary has a lot of things that are incredible about it, but Toni Collette can win for that, too. And The Writer is such an amazing feature that, like, comes together so well. And, like, there's so many little movies that, like, can win things that I wouldn't, like, shake my head at.
I think that 2018 has been a very interesting year for movies. I think that like 2018 is kind of like, I feel like 2018 has been more of like an explorative year for film, in my opinion. I think that like filmmakers right now are just like doing what they want. Yeah. And it's paying off.
It is.
And it's amazing to me. I think 2017 lacked a lot of that.
Well, 2017 had a lot of really, really strong blockbusters. Yes. You had Logan, you had Last Jedi,
you had I, Tonya,
Wonder Woman. Yeah, oh my god,
The Shape of Water.
The Shape of No,
The Shape of Water is 2018.
No, it's 2017.
Is it?
It won Best Picture.
Shape of Water is 2017.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I mean, 2017 was a big year for like. Yeah.
It was a year for like the blockbuster movie, but I think that like 2018 is the year for the independent.
100%.
2018 has been the year for the independent. That's kind of the reason why I'm so excited for the Spirit Awards.
Yeah, same. No, because the nominations there were good too.
That's gonna be a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah, no, this is like
I'm hoping people will kill each other over this awards.
If you live in Los Angeles or New York, like when you can see all these indie movies, this was one hell of a year for cinema.
This year I've been like in theaters at least twice a week.
Oh yeah, I mean that's normal for me, but yeah. But I mean,
typically it's normal for me to go like once a week because like I feel like for me it's always just like, all right, well this comes out on a Friday, it's cool.
I had more favorites throughout the year than I normally do. Like I had favorite movies like coming out in like the winter and summer before, November, December. Like usually my favorite movies of the year are like, they're all in November and December. And yeah, there's a couple of those, but all my favorites have been spread out. And it's been a fun year.
It has been it's been a really fun year for film.
So yeah, no, it's exciting to talk about all these awards now. What's your news item?
Oh my god, my news item is really it's a 2-in-1 situation. So first things first, Sundance released its lineup for its 112 movie lineup, which is really exciting. Like a lot of good films are coming in there. But the main thing is that we got a first look at Zac Efron channeling Ted Bundy.
Oh, really? Did we?
Extremely wicked and shockingly vile and evil.
Oh.
I'm just like really excited to see that because like Zac Efron is fucking gorgeous. And like I think that like Zac Efron's never gotten like really the chance to like show what he can do if he can do it. I feel like he's been relegated a lot to comedy.
And you know what? He's impressed me even in that.
And he's done great in comedy. I want to see him do Ted fucking Bundy.
Yeah, no, I agree. Zac Efron could be part of this little thing that's happening.
Like, because they could have went with like Dane DeHaan or someone who like normal plays creepy.
He's terrible.
Is it because he looks like a salamander?
He does look like a salamander, but he's also like a very bad actor.
Yeah.
Besides Chronicle. He's terrible.
He has his like world famous Chronicle performance that he did there and in Spider-Man 2 and in almost every other thing that he's in. He just does like
Spider-Man.
I feel like a lot of times actors like Dane DeHaan do really good in one movie, so then they bring that one performance to everything else. Yes. Like that's again, it's really funny that we're going to bring this comparison because you look at someone like Zac Efron and you'd expect that, but then you don't get that from him. Oddly enough, like I think that he's amazing with comedic timing. He 100% understand. Like he's able to read a room and tell what to do. Like he's extremely charming on camera, and that's the reason why I'm so excited to see him as Ted Bundy. Because I think that like you need to be able to do all of that to be Ted Bundy. Like you have to be able to be charming. You have to be able to command the room. Like the thing about Ted Bundy is he's a charming ass fucking dude. Right. And the thing about this movie, it's not told from the perspective of Ted Bundy. It's told from the perspective of his like girlfriend for years who like ignored it.
Who's directing this?
That's a good question. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Because this is exciting.
I think this has a female director at that.
I saw this movie on a couple Sundance preview lists this week too, and I am generally pretty excited about it. Zac Efron, because like he could be part of this thing that like Robert Pattinson and Dakota Johnson and
Robert Pattinson is another good one.
He's great.
It's directed by Joe Berlinger.
Who's that?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out this motherfucking second.
Who's that guy?
Joe Berlinger. We're gonna find out right now this second. Oh, he's old.
What else has he done?
Paradise Lost, Some Kind of Monster, Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, Brothers Keeper.
He directed all these?
Yeah, none of these are notable. Paradise.
Well, maybe this will be notable.
Let's hope this is a breakout. because like he's done nothing.
Well,
notable.
Blair Witch 2: Book of Shadows is not a breakout, unfortunately. All right, so do you have anything else you want to add about that?
I'm going to tell you right now who's the female in there that plays the girlfriend, Lily Collins. That's why I'm excited. Also,
oh, she's good. Oh,
Jim Parsons is in it. Haley Joel Osment is in it.
This is an insane.
John
cast.
Malkovich, Jeffrey Donovan, Dylan Baker, Terry Kinney is in it, who plays the officer that took down Ted Bundy.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be...
That's an insane cast.
Grace Victoria Cox, is she related to Courtney?
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, so it's pretty much a nuts cast.
Yeah, it is nuts. That'll be fun.
Okay. So, the movie we're doing this week is... And I wrote everything down, so I don't have to... Today we are reviewing Anna and the Apocalypse, the zombie Christmas musical. It's directed by John McPhail. He's known for... I kept that area blank because he hasn't directed anything since 2015.
What was the last thing he directed?
It's like called like The Fish or something.
It's called The Fish?
No, it's not. But it's something along those lines. Watch it be nothing like that. Oh, it's called Notes.
Yeah, that what?
Nothing close to The Fish. He's directed only 7 things. Where Do We Go From Here?
Have you seen Notes? Or
I have not. V for Visa. These are like all British independents.
It's all small stuff.
So
Shorts.
V for Visa, Notes. Yeah, these are all shorts. His only other feature is Where Do We Go From Here?
Which I did not see.
Ooh, it's on Amazon. None of the actors have pictures on IMDb, so
yeah, it's probably really small.
He wrote it and he directed it.
I mean, there weren't many notable actors in Anna and the Apocalypse.
There was
there was one.
Really?
There was one. The principal is on Game of Thrones.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Paul Kaye? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So before we do anything, I want to start doing this thing where what was your first impression of this movie before going in? Like when you first heard about it, when you first saw like a trailer or something, what was your first impression?
You know, I don't think I even watched a trailer for this. I had read about it. I knew the genre mashup that it was supposed to be. And I mean, I was looking at critic reviews and like it was supposed to be pretty good. But you know, a zombie Christmas musical, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's not a hard sell.
My first impression for this one, for me, was just like, no.
Yeah,
I remember.
Okay.
You know what it is? I saw the trailer.
I didn't see the trailer.
I'm trying to think what I saw the trailer before.
I try to avoid trailers.
Well, I see trailers. I saw it in the theater. I didn't see it like on the computer. Yeah. You see trailers in the theater. I'm trying to think what I saw it for. I don't remember. It's probably for I think I saw it before Halloween.
Oh, okay.
I think the trailer played before Halloween, and I was just like, I don't think so. Like,
No.
I don't think I was gonna do it. Like,
Okay.
And then that's the reason why even last week
you...
when you said it, I was like, nah. I was like, okay.
Well, what did you think of it?
Okay. I have very mixed feelings.
Interesting.
And they're very much cut in half. The first half of the movie, I fucking loathed.
Loathed?
I hated it.
Okay.
The first half of the movie, I was like, fuck this. The writing was very cut and dry, generic.
Yeah.
Like, even to the point where, like, that first thing she's talking to her dad about the trip and, like, they get out of the car.
Yeah.
I think I said what they were going to say to each other as they were saying it.
It was such stilted dialogue.
If your mother could see you,
yeah,
I never want to see you again. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wow. We're really taking a book out of the worst movie scene in film school.
it was so stilted.
Then the second half of the movie, when things started to get real action-y, I enjoyed it. I was having fun.
Okay.
I likened some of it to, like, Buffy to me.
Huh. Okay.
Like, when you think about, like, the team dynamic teenage girl, she's really the one with the power.
Yeah.
The boyfriend archetype that she has here is the more darker force in the movie moving forward. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
This is taking notes from Buffy. Cool.
Fair enough.
Some of the dialogue between characters is very Buffy-like. The male sidekick who's the best friend being a total nerd. Like, the dyke friend.
Yeah.
Like, it's real Buffy-ish, and I really liked that. But, I mean, the first half of the movie, I was like, the movie doesn't get good until the zombies come in, for me. Like, that song that she was singing about it being a great new day and everything's going to be great, but it's so, like, she's just looking forward and skipping forward, and there's literally, and it looked just like the very beginning of Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. It did.
It looked just like it. Like, even when, like, that couple ran out of the house and stuff, I was like, is that fucking Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah.
Like, the car crashed into the pole and everything. And she doesn't
It's
notice.
great.
She doesn't notice
Yeah.
any of that. And, like, when that one zombie gets really close to her, those girls, like, try to fight it off with a backpack, and then they're getting ripped apart. I was like, this is okay. This is going to be good from here on out. And then it gets real fun in games from then on. Like, the kills in this were really fun. The way they were killing the zombies was fun. The one thing I did like about this movie is that it made rules for the zombies, and it stuck to those rules.
Interesting.
Like, sometimes movies like this can easily go off the rails where, like, in the very beginning, the zombies could only walk and now they run.
Yeah.
And things like that. Or, like, you can stop a zombie one way with something, and then in the future, it doesn't stop the zombies another way.
Yeah.
You get it? Like,
yeah, totally.
Or, like, the zombies become too overpowered or too underpowered. Like, I think that everyone was, like, on the level. Like, and I'm happy we didn't have a character that just, like, knew about everything about them.
Yeah, that was smart.
That was very smart. So it worked. The whole biting thing, like the biting being delayed, not turning you instantly worked.
Yeah.
Because you wanted exposition and
That's
things like that
normal for
between.
most
Some movies, I think Dawn of the Dead, it went real quick.
Really?
Yeah, I think Dawn of the Dead, you got bit, you dropped, you came back, and I was like, oh,
okay.
fuck.
Interesting.
Well, like,
usually these movies give you a couple beats to, like, say goodbye to that character who just got bit in whatever manner the movie wants you to say goodbye to them.
no, unless you're Shaun of the Dead, which is still my favorite zombie movie.
Shaun of the Dead might be my favorite zombie movie too.
Shaun of
Oh
the
wait,
Dead is
28 Days Later exists.
Shaun of the Dead is still my favorite zombie movie.
This movie, to me, it's funny you bring up Shaun of the Dead, because this movie felt like it wanted to be Shaun of the Dead a little.
Yes.
And it just wasn't.
Yeah, what did you think of the movie?
Oh, I didn't like it.
Okay, like none of it whatsoever?
Well, no, I liked, I found it actually, well, okay. So there are things I did really like about it.
Okay.
And I found the things I didn't like about it so fucking frustrating.
Really?
That it, like, almost, like, ruined the movie.
Okay, what are some things that you didn't like?
Well, let's start with the things I did like. I like the genre mashup. I think this movie's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, no, the scene you're talking about where she's skipping in the street singing this happy-go-lucky, it's a brand new day song, like, whatever, and all the, like, the zombie apocalypse carnage just happening behind her. I loved that.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was really
great,
good.
I am in.
Like that blissful aloofness.
And then, what is the deal with this movie trying to have, like, serious moments after that? This movie is so tonally at war with itself.
Yes.
It doesn't quite nail that, like, level of hijinkery as, like, Shaun of the Dead. And it had it like just focused on tone and getting the humor out and sticking with the humor and not having these awkward gaps between, like, jokes and stuff. I think it could have been really, really good. But my God, I don't need to see this girl like having anxiety about her, like, father while she's having, like, a generic, like, musical number in the beginning.
Yeah.
Or these crazy long stretches of them hiding and shit. No, this thing was all over the place.
So it's really funny. Like the songs in the beginning before the zombies come in, I was like, oh, this is gonna be garbage.
Bad.
I was like, this is horrible.
It was really bad.
My favorite song of all the songs was that one friend's rendition of "Fuck Me, Santa." Pretty much, it's like Santa Baby, but, like, for some reason, way more graphic. Like,
Santa, empty your sack.
Yeah, she's like, empty your sack. My chimney needs to get unplugged. I was like, what the fuck? And it worked so well because,
we
like,
played that at a party last night.
Like, did you seriously?
Yeah, we did.
It was so good. Like that. So that's the thing. The problem is, like, you
Santa, give it to me.
Yeah, like, yes. Her last words, she whispers, "Santa, give it to me." Like, she has, like, those dancers come out and they're just, like, in, like, boxer briefs and Santa hats. Like,
it was so funny.
Using candy canes as dicks. Like so that's the problem that I had, is that, like, you have, like, something really strong like that in the movie. But it's also, like, the same exact fucking movie that, like, there's, like, a weird musical number about how not everything has a Hollywood ending.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the first three songs are stupid, and then that song comes in.
Really
that song comes in, and it's real fucking good. Like,
besides the Santa song, I didn't feel like any of the other songs in this movie could have been
the boys' ass kicking zombie song. For some reason, I really liked. It reminded me of the Robin Hood song from Shrek.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They reminded me of Robin Hood and his merry men from Shrek. That's exactly what they reminded me of. I liked those characters.
But there are so many songs in this movie that I felt like could have been like lifted out of this and put into any other generic musical.
Yes, 100%.
And I hated that.
Yes, 100%.
Like, why weren't there more songs about zombies?
You know what would have been hysterical if the zombies would have had a number akin to Thriller.
Yes. No, really. Like, why? Also, why weren't there many songs about Christmas?
There was.
Why were there songs?
There was only "Fuck Me Santa," and then that was it.
"Fuck Me Santa" is oh my god! Like, this movie, I don't like this movie, but that song is a gift.
Yeah, that whole scene is a shining moment. Like, I really want to break down like the scene because when it comes out, she's wearing like this blue dress and she's shaking her hips like Marilyn Monroe, and she turns around and her first like sounds are like a kind of moan into the microphone, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is a high school. And then the grandma like thumbing her, giving her a thumbs up, not even noticing what's happening was great. That one mother who covers her child's eyes and like the child like knocks him down. All the like, she's pointing like at men like in the audience on all of them kind of being skeeved out because they're like, you are a teenager and I am an adult. Like, I feel like that scene was directed by someone else.
Yeah, yes, that's another thing. This movie feels like all these scenes are directed by different people.
Yes.
Who wanted to do a different thing with this movie. Yes.
There were some really good sequences. I think that, like, there was that whole, like, them under the pool thing while they were walking in the inflatable, like, pool. I thought that was cool when they, like, looked under.
Yeah.
And, like, the old lady sitting on top of her and peeing. I thought that was, like... It was like, you know what it is? It was because it was at the level of ridiculousness that I wanted from the movie.
Yes.
Because it's like, all right, if this movie's going to be ridiculous, it's going to be ridiculous. I have a plan. Let's cover ourselves with this inflatable pool because we're teenagers and we're stupid. Like, the thing is, like, I liked the parts of the movie where teenagers were acting like teenagers. Then it's weird because, like, at some points, these teenagers are acting like teens, and then at other times, they're acting like war heroes. Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
No.
But, like, when they are acting like teenagers is when this movie's at its best, I think.
I could have done with way less of the, like, teenage drama.
Well, I think the teenage drama would have worked better if they would have amped up the zombies, too. If it would have been high drama, high zombie, like... If it's like this one girl doesn't want to talk to her other female friend and then a zombie starts ripping her friend apart and she's still not talking to you.
Okay, yeah.
That would have, like, things like that would have worked.
Like that would have been
like
better.
Petty teenage shit would have worked because, like, let's be real, teenagers are assholes.
That's true.
And the one time you don't want people to be an asshole is during a zombie apocalypse.
Right. Or Christmas.
Yeah, I forgot it was Christmas until the dad at the very end said Merry Christmas, and I was like, holy fuck.
Like, you can't do a zombie Christmas musical and then, like, skimp on the Christmas.
Also, okay, can we just talk about something?
Oh, she does wield a candy cane as, like, a sword.
But
like,
whatever, she picked that up from the street.
It was cool.
Which also, by the way, that candy cane having like a knife at the end of it, not even being makeshifted that way, just having that was like...
Well, no, so it can get stuck in the lawn.
Yeah, but I was like, what kind of society? I was like,
Scotland,
first of all, she's wielding this shit a little too well, as if like she's been ready. But like... Him with like so her friend John wearing that Christmas sweater, the whole movie shows that they only had one set piece, and that's when they decided to make it a Christmas movie. They were like, oh, I have this sweater that lights up, let's make it a zombie Christmas movie instead of just making it a zombie musical.
Yeah,
let's make this a zombie Christmas musical.
But like, and like, it's just why were there so many little elements like that? Like, why did this movie skimp on Christmas? Why did we had a lot of zombies in the second half, but like, it took too long for like a zombie to show up.
It took way too. So it was really funny. Like, there wasn't a break into Act 1 and Act 2, and I felt like there was no inciting incident in the movie in the first 10 minutes. Which is what you look for. Is like first 10 minutes inciting incident.
It's her fighting with her dad. Not that it's even an inciting incident, but it's just setting up the character arcs.
Well, that's setting it up.
Which, why does this movie have...
So the setting it up is normally within, like, the first 5 minutes, and, like, that worked. That was at the right time. There wasn't an inciting incident. Like, the inciting incident of, like, Dawn of the Dead, it kind of... Actually, in a zombie movie, you kind of want that inciting incident immediately. Like, the inciting incident in Dawn of the Dead, she finds the place where she's going to be holed up in.
Right.
Like, when she runs, she finds that place. That's the inciting incident, because why is this day different than everything else?
Right.
Like, the inciting incident here could have been, like, a student gets bitten by a zombie... Mm-hmm. But like nobody knows that it was a zombie bite. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this weird homeless guy bit this student."
But then you lose the musical number of her skipping down the street.
you still can have that number because the student would have gotten bitten and they couldn't have been like zombie bite. It was just like, ew, some homeless guy bit me.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then you leave it alone, but at least then you're like, that's weird. People are biting people. Why? Yeah. And then you can still, and like, just because
Florida,
it could be an inciting incident for the world. Does it have to be necessarily for the character?
Yeah.
Because then what could have happened is you still could have had that blissful skipping. It would have worked better to have that blissful skipping down the street had we had a moment like that, because then it would have been super aloof to the world. Because I mean, then it would have been like really ridiculous that this is happening. Because the one thing you want from a zombie Christmas musical is ridiculousness and ridiculousness in the world. And I think that this world kind of took itself a little too seriously.
Way too and it would be fleeting moments of these of ridiculous things,
like that one dude wielding 2 watermelons as a weapon.
Exactly.
I was like, ridiculous. And another dude having a PlayStation controller, using it as like a nunchuck. Ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it kind of calls back to that amazing scene in Shaun of the Dead where they're throwing the CDs.
Yes.
See, here's the thing about what this movie tries to do and what Shaun of the Dead does way better. Because Shaun of the Dead, I weirdly, like, you care for Shaun.
Yeah, you do.
And, like, when Shaun's mom dies, it's like
it's a really sad moment. Yes.
But that movie is so committed to its tone, which is what Edgar Wright is a master.
Edgar Wright is. That's why I wish he would have done Ant-Man.
He is a master of tone. I would love to see what Edgar Wright's Ant-Man would have been.
I'm just gonna let that go. It's been 5 years.
Yeah, no, it's been 5 years since he's been I would still like to see him do a superhero movie, but I don't know which one. But anyway, yeah, I just feel like this movie just didn't commit itself to like what it wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. No, not at all.
And then there were so many scenes of like people talking.
Like you could tell this movie had a lot of deleted scenes.
Yeah.
Because like towards the end of the movie when like they get to the school and like he's like they're like, oh, the zombies got in and everyone's kind of like disjointed and already separated. It
was confusing.
You didn't see any of that, so you can tell there was a deleted scene where this, and also you see like the door being left open at the performance when like the Savage, who's not headmaster yet but wants to be headmaster. Also, can we talk about during the Fuck Me Santa number, the current headmaster with the I'm retiring pin like clapping along to the song?
Oh, hysterical. The guy, that character with the I'm retiring shirt was great.
Yes. But like besides that, like him leaving that door open, you're like, okay, the zombies are gonna get in through there.
Yeah.
And then everyone's at the school the next morning, you're like, that took a really long time. The zombies haven't come in yet.
Yeah.
So you can, and then like there was that whole argument, like the whole don't touch me, you fucking janitor. Everyone's like, we're leaving. And like you can tell there was like a scene that was supposed to be in there, and they were like, "Oh, let's cut it. It's not that important." And then, like, we find out that it was supposed to be a very important moment.
Yeah, and then it just like speaks to the whole disjointed nature of the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie feels
it's just all over the place.
But like, I do want to talk about the things to me that worked. In the movie, 100%, because like
shit all over it.
There were some things to me that did work. So the one scene where I can akin it to close to being Shaun, where it would have to be the closest to Shaun of the Dead, it wouldn't even be her father being bitten. I would say when John died, I sincerely felt for him.
Did you?
And here's the reason why was because like the whole movie he had a kind of good character arc where like the whole movie, when you think about it, he's bashful and afraid of everything, and he's nowhere near ever be able to be in here, and everyone's like, you're a pussy,
yeah,
and he is a pussy 100%. He gets bitten, and his first instinct when Anna's already like she's separated from everybody else and there's a whole line of zombies was he used his body to save her, and that was kind of like the most non-pussy move ever in my opinion. And I was like that was the one where I was like, the whole movie I was like, I didn't like that character. I was like, oh, okay, he loves Taylor Swift. Like, you're weird. He was just like a total nerdy weirdo. And like that one moment, and it came right after where she was like, we're just friends. And you would like, he also took that very well also, where I was like, oh, this is kind of like he has some redeemable qualities.
Yeah.
And then I was like, in my head, what I thought was going to happen was, I thought it was going to be him and her that survive. I thought everybody else was going to fucking die.
No, I kind of...
Because I thought it was like, they're going to survive as friends, and then they're going to separate off. And no, I didn't think they were going to fuck. I thought they were going to separate off on their ways.
Okay,
like,
fair enough.
Because the way that this movie was setting it up, they're parallel to each other the whole film.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, they're parallel to each other in the car where they're talking about both their futures, and he's going to art school, she's not going to university, she's leaving, he's staying. Like, their, like, arcs are so parallel that you think that, like, these are the characters that are going to be together forever. So I think that, like, not together forever, but, like, they're going to they're gonna live.
They're the leads. Yeah,
they're the leads. They're gonna live.
Yeah.
We start the movie literally on their first shot is both of them.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, we're gonna bookend this. The first shot is both of them. The last shot's gonna be both of them. It works out perfectly.
But she trades out for a hotter bully.
Well, that's also what happened. It was like I feel like they shoehorned in that relationship.
They did.
Because it
They
starts with him
100%
flirting with her,
shoehorned
and she's like, oh, I think I have a crush on him. So, yeah, we fucked before, and I tried to talk to you, and you dumped me, and I'm mad about that. And he was like, okay.
He's really hot,
and when she was like, just that, and I was like, isn't that the reaction everybody else should have to that one revelation? I was like, okay. Like, look, there's a zombie apocalypse happening. I mean, yes, it is, but like, it also was shoehorned. It wasn't really like explained that much. And I think that, like, it needed to be, like, that's the reason why I think this movie, it was, one, a short movie, fine.
Thank God.
This movie needed, like, 10 more minutes. Just to explain things. Each character needed 1 more minute each of a scene to explain things for them.
I don't know. I don't think...
not the girl Steph, because we get it. Her parents are in Mexico. She has a girlfriend who doesn't call her back, but her girlfriend's dead. So, anyway. Okay, I do want to talk about my favorite character in the movie.
Hang on, I don't think you can fix this movie with 10 extra minutes.
You don't?
No, I think you have to.
Well, I don't think
you have to go back and write.
Yeah, I don't think fix. I think it could be better. I think it would help this movie, but I don't think it would be fixed. I don't think it would be fixed.
Because I mean, with 10 minutes, yeah, you could expand the characters, but like the character backstories are some of the worst things about this movie. Because like I don't fucking care. This is not a movie where I want legitimate character arcs. I want a zombie Christmas musical.
I like the camera boy.
Yeah, he was fine. I was like waiting for him to like come out or something as gay.
No, he has that girlfriend. His girlfriend is Fuck Me Santa.
Oh my God, that's right. Thank God. Thank God for that scene.
I thought that whole talent show sequence was great because it started with those 2 penguin students.
Yeah, no, it was
horribly dancing, and like even when like the Savages like 4 fucking weeks of lunchtime rehearsal, and they're not even trying. Her dad's like sort of, and it goes back to them just kind of like circling around each other off beat to a song about there's no fish in the sea.
yeah. No, it's deeply silly.
But then also what was really cool is that later those 2 students are turned into zombies, and you see them both eating someone outside of the school in penguin costume still. I was like, I like that.
Yeah, that's great.
But like again, there are too small of moments that I like, that the overall film itself, oh man, talking about this movie more makes me like it less than I did. Because coming in here, I was going to be like, I was wrong, but I wasn't. Because now that I think about it, I was like, oh wait, there's a lot of things I don't
It sounds like it was better than you were expecting it to be.
It was better than I anticipated because...
It was worse than I thought.
But it was as much of a dumpster fire as I thought it was going to be. But... it was like a dumpster fire where like I found a TV next to the dumpster. So it was like, cool, I'm at a dumpster fire. I hate this, but at least I get to take home this TV. There was something good that came from this.
What is this metaphor?
That's called an analogy.
All right.
Because like here's the thing, I knew I was going to a dumpster fire. I was.
So no, I understand the analogy.
But I found a nugget in that dumpster fire.
What you found was a TV, though.
Yeah, it was like cool. I have something I didn't have before. I already have a TV at home, but now I have something I didn't have before. It's another one.
Oh my God.
You never know when you can use it.
All right.
Like, here's the thing. I knew this movie was going to suck. I didn't know Fuck Me Santa was going to be in it.
And Fuck Me Santa is gonna reverberate for like the rest of my life.
TBH, I'm not going to lie. I think I might just keep that scene. Like, I think I might get
Spotify.
The song?
The song's on Spotify. We can play a little bit of it.
No, I'm not paying for that shit. I'm not getting a cease and desist.
Hey. Oh yeah, true, we can.
I'm not getting a fucking cease and desist for this.
Good call.
There is nothing that scares me more than court. For the listeners here, I had so much fear in my eyes in that moment.
He did. Josh looked at me as if I had pulled a knife out.
I swear, nothing scares me more than court. No matter what the court date is, I'm afraid.
I don't know what's legal.
I do. That's the thing. When you make films, you know about rights and shit, and you're like, I'm not paying for that.
I know.
Especially for a movie that just came out.
I don't know what's legal.
No, but like, yeah. I mean... yeah, you couldn't fix the movie, but like again, but here's the problem: is like I think if this movie would have came out before Shaun of the Dead, if this movie came out 12 years ago,
okay,
I think it would have been received better because nothing like it of this sort would have been done.
You mean before Shaun of the Dead?
Yes. There'd be nothing to compare it to, and you'd be like, oh, cool.
But would it be as much of a lasting classic as Shaun of the Dead?
No, because Shaun of the Dead would have came out and blew it out the water.
Well, if Shaun of the Dead had come out after this, it probably wouldn't have had the same level of cultural impact.
It would not.
But it would still be like
that's
essentially
why you
a perfect movie.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't butterfly effect things.
It's true.
Because
you shouldn't.
You would change the course of history.
Wait,
but
Shaun of the Dead is actually like a perfect movie.
It is.
Like, are there any flaws in Shaun of the Dead? Like, legitimate flaws? Off topic, but like still.
No. I don't think so.
I can't think about
it. Like, I'm really thinking about the movie. There are no flaws.
Yeah, like that movie is like legitimately
Simon
perfect.
Pegg knew what the fuck he was doing.
He did. So does Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aside.
Edgar Wright is a fucking baller. But like, so also the thing is, like, you can tell for a fact that this movie is a movie from a director that like hasn't directed much.
Yes.
But I think that a movie like this is super ambitious. Which I did enjoy, like seeing that, like
ambition. We have to always celebrate ambition.
100%. Seeing that Joseph McPhail has only directed 3 short films. And the last, like the only feature he's ever done was in 2015, and this is now. This is proof that like he's not afraid to try whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that this is one of those things, like, even if this movie gets, like, really bad reviews and...
It didn't. It did really well.
It actually... Yeah, didn't it get, like, a 90-something on Rotten Tomatoes?
80-some, I think, now.
Okay.
But, yeah.
But, like, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that, like...
I think I influenced the tomato meter a little.
Did you?
In the wrong direction.
Oh, did you knock it down, like, a lot? You knocked it down a peg?
I did knock it down a lot.
Put that woman in her place. I'm sorry, whenever I say the word knock it down a peg, I think about, like, a 1940s man where he's like, I knocked it down a peg. I put that woman in her place.
No.
And then I also think about... Frank Miller, the comic book writer, and every time there's a female character doing anything powerful, he knocks her down a peg.
What about Carrie Kelly? She's cool throughout the whole thing of Dark Knight Returns.
I'm also just thinking about in general, like when he wrote.
Yeah, I'm not saying
also Robin,
like
also Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder, like Superman smacks Wonder Woman and then they bang.
Yeah,
like
Frank Miller.
Wonder Woman gets beaten with a crowbar. I mean, not Wonder Woman. Catwoman gets beaten with a crowbar. Like Frank Miller does some really wild shit. But anyway,
he does not love women.
Not at all. No, but like the one thing about this movie is that this movie is ambitious, and I do enjoy ambition.
I agree.
And like that's a piece of why I didn't walk out. I am not above walking out of a film. Mm-hmm. I used to think I was.
I don't ever walk out.
I used to think I would never do that. Mm-hmm. I've only done it once, actually.
I don't.
So fine, never mind.
Well, because I can't write about a movie I saw half of.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like also, but the one thing about this movie is like throughout watching it, I was like, okay, ambitious, because like the first half of the movie, I was not even the first half, like it was like the first, like I want to say the first third, I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna be really bad. Like from Fuck Me Santa on, you're like, okay.
Well, from the first zombie number on.
Well, Fuck Me Santa was before that.
What was it? That was after.
Because Fuck Me Santa was that night of the show. She was still at work, and then the next morning,
Santa.
Yeah, she missed Fuck Me Santa. Yeah, like. Also, I think that like one of the problems that I also had was like the whole like the character Steph and the camera boy, like the whole first third of the movie, they're talking about going to this motherfucking soup kitchen. We never see the goddamn soup kitchen. You know what would have been really cool? Seeing a bunch of zombies eating a bunch of bums who are eating food.
Oh god.
Like
that's a lot.
Yeah, that would have been like that's the thing. Like,
yeah, this movie needed to be more of a lot.
This movie needed to be more of a lot, and this movie needed to be more ridiculous. Like, I wanted to see ridiculous shit, like a priest being ripped apart, like, on Christmas in front of a nativity scene. Like, you have to, like, ham it up. You have to ham up the Christmas. Yeah. You gotta ham up the... It's also because it's a holiday movie, and holiday movies are notably known for being hammy.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Hallmark Christmas movies are known for being like...
Oh my god, they're so funny.
They smell of mistletoe and gingerbread when you buy the DVD. So, like, I kind of wanted that from this, where I was like, I want it to just be horribly... Like, everyone's wearing a Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
Blood on Santa. Things like...
It should have been more like Krampus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Krampus is...
I like Krampus. Krampus isn't, like, amazing, but I like it.
But Krampus is another good Christmas movie.
Krampus is one of the few, like, memorable Christmas movies I can think of from this, like, decade.
Mm-hmm. It's another good one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of done. Do you have any final thoughts on this thing?
I'm also kind of done.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want to give it out of 5 huffs?
I'm so mad right now because, like, when I was walking here and thinking about this question, I had a way higher score. Now I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna compromise with myself.
Okay.
I'm going to give it 3.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give it 3 only because there are some really strong moments here. It's a very ambitious film. Mm-hmm. I think that for a movie, sometimes when you mix genres, you can get a real fucking murky mess.
Like we did here.
Yes, but I think that this is not as bad of a mess as we could have gotten.
I kind of disagree.
I don't.
I think it's a pretty big mess. But you're 100% right.
Well, because
there are
here's
things
the thing.
that work.
Because the thing about this movie is that it has an overworld. It sticks to that overworld. There are rules to the zombies that are stuck to, which I think that like in a lot of movies like this, sometimes the rules are not stuck to.
That's true.
Like think about World War Z. That's
true.
Like if you can at least like because the one thing that especially
you shouldn't have paid so much attention to rules and like focus on having more fucking fun.
Well, so that's the problem. It's like when you have a movie like this, when you have a movie like zombie movies and things like that, the one thing that a lot of like young filmmakers who want to make zombie movies do immediately is break the rules of their own world. Yeah, movies with supernaturals, occurrences, supranaturals, the occult, anything like that. Yeah. The one immediate thing is that their rules are broken because they want to make their characters strong. They want to make like the antagonizing force stronger as a means to like, because they want their character to be super strong. And they're like, as they're writing, they're like, oh, this character got way too strong. Well, now this can do this, you know? And like, I think that this movie did a really good job at like keeping things together. The only reason why there's a lot of reasons why I'm not going to give it a perfect score, but also the thing I didn't like was like, we framed this one character, Savage, to be like the villain besides the zombies. Yeah. And I think that you need that. He had a very cool villain number.
Fun performance.
Where he's jumping on things and like being like a fucking Smeagol, which I thought was like cool and fun. But like the way that he went out to me wasn't as strong. Boring. Yeah, it was very boring. It could have, especially with like zombies being like attracted to tinsel. And during that last number, he used the tinsel as a scarf. Yeah. What would have been cool is if he would have had the tinsel on as a scarf. They dropped him in on the zombies, and like the zombies kind of didn't do anything to him. So everyone thinks, whoa, like does he control them or something? And then the tinsel falls off, and then he gets ripped apart.
Maybe
you get it, like something like that. Yeah, because he also doesn't know the zombies are attracted to like something like that. Like you all like
it just wasn't creative.
It was not.
Yeah,
I mean, it was cool for the crowd surfing moment, maybe, and then
not really.
I said maybe, and by maybe I meant no. I was just trying to give it some benefit of a doubt. And then, like, yeah, it wasn't creative. And then, like, the dad being bitten, you could have seen that a mile away.
Yeah. You saw it when his... Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I mean, the characters that lived, I was like, really? These are the ones we're picking?
Yeah, it was very whatever. I mean, I'm going to give it 2 huffs. It was just... Should we start doing that?
I think we might. It's gonna be really hard to do a half huff, but
no, I just it should have been more fun. I can't. I should not. I agree with you. Have been watching a zombie Christmas musical and been like a little bit bored.
True. I agree.
That is my main complaint. But like anything that delivers a line like "Santa, empty your sack into me," then no, like there are merits. So too,
there are merits. Yeah.
All right, so that's a wrap on Anne and the Apocalypse. What do we want to? Oh, for recommendations. What's your recommendation?
So my recommendation, as you guys already know, I was talking about the Angel of Vine, that new podcast that right after this you should definitely check out. The recommendation I'm going to do is actually a movie that's on Netflix. I don't know if you guys remember last week I was talking about I want to try to challenge myself to try to give recommendations that are on all different streaming platforms. So I want to go back to Netflix for this one, and I want to recommend the movie LA Confidential, which is probably, in my opinion, one of the best movies ever made. I mean, sure, it's got Kevin Spacey, but whatever.
Yeah, you can get past.
I don't hate him.
It's
it's got Kevin Spacey, it's got Russell Crowe, it's got Guy Pearce, it's got Kim Basinger doing one of the best performances that she's ever done in her life.
It's totally the best performance of her career. Yeah.
We've got Danny DeVito, we got James Cromwell, we got Matt McCoy. Pretty much just saying, we've got like a pretty star-studded cast, in my opinion. It's directed by Curtis Hanson, and it's just about 3 policemen just investigating a series of murders. Like, it's in Los Angeles, it's in the 50s. Like, if you're a video gamer and you've ever played the game LA Noire, It's pretty much just that in movie form.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. It is a film noir itself, but it's like a modern rendition of it. It's pretty much... It was done in the 90s, I believe, right?
98, I think.
Yeah, it's 97. It's a 97 movie doing a spin on like film noir from the 20s, which I think it's so fucking good. It's on Netflix, and I think everyone, if you've never seen it, give it a watch. If you have seen it, watch it again. Me talking about it right now, I'm probably gonna go home and watch it. I'm gonna go home and watch it.
I saw that when I was like a teenager. I think it was one of those movies that I like sought out when I was in high school, like trying to figure out what movies were like my jam. And I remember liking it. I don't know if I was head over heels or anything, but I remember liking it. My recommendation, also on Netflix, is the 2016 biopic of Christine Chubbuck? Ugh, I don't know how to say names.
Looks like Chubbuck to me.
It just sounds weird.
Chubbuck.
But she was a reporter in the 70s who actually committed suicide on air. And Rebecca Hall plays her in her best performance ever. And it's this really good, really interesting look at like celebrity and depression and womanhood. And it's a really powerful movie. It doesn't take a whole lot of chances aesthetically or stylistically, but you have a powerhouse performance from a great actress and just a really interesting true story.
Nice.
So yeah, that came on Netflix December 1st. So as you're listening, it's there. I recommend it. It's a hell of a movie. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
Nice.
Yeah.
This was a fast episode.
This was well, this movie and the apocalypse was kind of. I'm sure. What do we want to do next week?
Vox Lux.
Okay, great. Yay! I'm so excited for Vox Lux.
Vox Lux. So what are you talking about? It's really funny. I was like walking out of the theater. I was like, if we don't do Vox Lux next week, I'm quitting.
No. I want Vox Lux is like so my jam.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
I love Natalie fucking Portman.
She has been quietly owning this decade.
Even if this movie sucks, I already know we're gonna have an episode where we queen about Natalie Portman. So I was gonna say Natalie Coleman, who's another person who deserves queendom.
Because I have a bunch of one of my favorite movies from this year has Natalie Portman starring in it, Annihilation.
Oh yeah,
she's amazing in that. So no, yeah, we'll do that next week. Vox Lux.
Yeah. I'm super excited.
I'm so excited for that movie.
Me too.
I was supposed to see it this week at a pre-screening, and then I didn't for whatever reason.
Strike one.
It was very annoying. Okay, so Josh, where can we find you on Twitter and Instagram?
Okay. If you use the Twitter, I don't know why there was an accent on that. The Twitter. You can find me at Jayranosaurus, at JAYRANOSAURUS. I'm never going to change it. I don't care how long it is. You can't?
You can't change it.
Well, then I'm not going to make a new Twitter either. So
but
there's
also like Bum Lee or something, right?
You can. That's like the name, but you could probably find that. I'm pretty sure there's a million other Bum Lees.
Yeah.
I might change the name though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To Kevin Spacey's Wet Dream.
No.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not 14.
Oh. God.
I'm sorry. I have such a dark sense of humor. I'm really
what's
sorry.
your Twitter again?
My Instagram. My Instagram is @it's Josh. All one phrase.
Excellent. I'm at Instagram. I'm at Seaotter318. SEA.
Perfect. Asshole. I'm just asking how one would spell that.
And on Twitter, I'm Dr_Dougherty, Dr_DOUGHER.
Do you have your doctorate?
TY. Bitch, my last name is just pronounced that way, so it comes with the territory.
But I'm saying, do you have your doctorate?
I'm a doctor.
Because if you don't have your doctorate, this is fucking fraud, and you can go to jail for that.
I'm a doctor.
In thugonomics? That's John Cena.
You should see all the ways I've doctored my hole to get bigger for men.
I don't know why that just disgusted me.
Josh looked like he was gonna vomit.
I don't know why that just disgusted me.
And if you have anything you want to ask us, send us, whatever, we are on Gmail at poppersandpopcorn@gmail.com, and spelled out. Yeah.
Yeah. This was it. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
We'll see you guys next Tuesday for Vox Lux.
Santa, give it to me.